Hi, I'm not a really good teacher, but I'm going to give it my best shot. This is going to be about airflow. And see, once you start thinking about things in a certain way, you're going to build upon that and you can understand more things from different perspectives. And like air, I mean, it's a fluid, it's transparent, you can't see it most of the time, but it has mass, it has volume. And once you understand how that works and you can see how pressure works, and then you got airflow. And so I just wanted to start out with some simple stuff here. Let me grab a pencil. So say you've got your computer case, and let me grab this pencil and get it out of the way. So you got this PC tower, and uh, in the old days, PC power supplies were up here. Now they're putting them down here. And that's so when you have airflow, let me try the other one. When you had airflow, it's now sucking from down here and blowing it out the back. Some of it is coming in from the case that way too. But for the most part, it's coming in the bottom and going out the back. Uh, Almost everything will take the path of least resistance. So everything is trying to reach an equilibrium. You throw something up, it comes down because of gravity, but everything's trying to reach a steady state. You have a difference of potential. So in that case, it's like potential energy. You have something high, it wants to be down low. It's a difference of potential. You have electricity. You have more electrons on one side than the other, and the opposites are going to attract. They're going to try to reach a steady state so that you don't have a difference of potential anymore. So it's the same thing with air. If you have a high pressure in one area and a low pressure in another area, air is going to try and flow from the high pressure to the low pressure area to reach a steady state. It's a difference of potential. So when you put air in a tire, air is going to stay in the tire as long as it's sealed. Once you get a hole in your tire, it's going to reach a steady state. All the air is going to come out until it reaches atmospheric pressure, which is 14 pounds per square inch gauge at sea level. The higher up you go, farther away you are from the planet. Technically, the air is thinner because you don't, and so you're going to have less pressure. You don't have that weight of that volume of air on you. So let me get back to this. So right now you've got all the newer computers are putting, you get all these nice little fans in the front, and let's see, put a little exhaust fan in the back. Some of them have fans on tops with grills and stuff. So now you've got this air being sucked in here and blown out here. So, and that's all fine and dandy. And you've got this one that's going out that way. Sorry, my hands are a little shaky. I just turned 55 recently, so I'm old. So let's see. Let's add our CPU in here, and it's got a nice little fan, and it's going roundy roundy, and it's sitting on top of the heatsink, so it's sucking air in this way, and it's blowing it out in all sorts of different directions. It's hard to draw in 3D. It's kind of fun though. So anyway, you got your three fans coming in here. Now air is going to take the path of least resistance. So if you've got fans up in the top, this air coming up here, and if you have an exhaust fan, it's just going to go straight out. So your best bet, especially in the old days when you had hard drives down here, it was best not to have all these fans if you didn't need them. But you have components on the motherboard. You've got like Northbridge and Southbridge components handling all the peripherals and all your slots. And so you really did need air coming in, cooling all these things out. But if you have air just going across here, if you only had one fan up here, everything else is going to get hot. the heat will rise and the whole case will fill up with warm air and it'll get sucked out the back. And you're constantly getting new air in here. But your best bet is to not have the airflow up here, not necessarily, because you're going to have this. Now, if you have something up here that's making heat, then sure, having another one up there, that's going to work great. But you do want air flowing across all these things, and air is turbulent. It's like, if you've got water coming straight out of a hose, sometimes it's going to make a nice straight stream, but other times it's just going to spray all over the place. It's because, if you don't have, we called it laminar flow. It's where everything follows one smooth line and there's no turbulence involved. But when you have the flow going in different directions, you're going to have turbulence. It's like the air coming out of a fan. It's going to be going mostly straight, but the air can't keep going straight completely. It's going to hit other things. It's going to spread out. That's why if you have a fan on one side of your room, and if you're on the other side, you might not really feel it unless it's blowing really hard, because the air spreads out way before it gets to you. So in the case of computers, they used to have ones that, like the Dell computers, they used to have shrouds. So it was literally a whole plastic piece, and it directed airflow from one place and like straight across the processor and straight out the back. And that works really well. I mean, it's the same thing with cars. You have a big radiator in the front. Your car is moving through the air, and the air is flowing through the radiator, and you have a fan too, in case you're sitting still. So it's going just straight through the main part that's providing the cooling. Let's see what else. So yeah, there's if you plan all this out correctly, it can work to your advantage. And it's the same thing, say you've got a house. And you've got some windows. Now, if you have air flowing in, if you got a window in the front of your house and the air is flowing in there, unless there's a place for it to go, like a window at the back of the house, you're not going to have a lot of airflow. It has to be able to go in one place and out another. If you clear, if you have just a solid tank, and you have an opening, so you put a little fan on there, and it's to blow air in, you're going to have air coming in, and this is going to blow in, and it's going to increase the pressure in there because air has mass. It's also compressible because the molecules of air are so far apart. So the more you push in there, the higher the pressure is going to be in here. The actual law is pressure applied to an enclosed system at rest will be distributed equally and undiminished throughout the container, throughout the fluid, and to the walls of the container. So if you pressurize something and it's a closed system, all that pressure is going to be pushing against all the walls, and any little thing that's inside there will get the pressure too. So that's like your tire. You put 35 pounds, you keep putting air into it until the pressure reaches 35 pounds per square inch. That 35 pounds per square inch is pressing everywhere inside that tire. So yeah. What else? Oh, for houses, yeah. It's always good to have airflow through a house anyway. Because if you get condensation, no, I don't want to get into that right now. I think that's about it for this. I don't really know what else to talk about. There's so much, excuse me, pencils. There's so much involved with stuff that you learn, and when you build upon that, you can use that and apply it to all sorts of things. And like I said, when I was talking about air flowing through a computer, it's, you can use the same theories as dealing with a house and adding ventilation to a house. I'm over here in Portugal. The houses are all concrete and brick. They're very, very hollow brick. It sounds like it's really sturdy. For the most part, it is, but the bricks are really hollow. They're nothing like the bricks in the U.S. You could take one of these bricks and basically stomp on it, and it'll crumble. They're very hollow. It's sort of like the way corrugated cardboard works. So they come in all different sizes, but the thickness of the brick is very thin. So basically, when you want to carve out something or make a channel for something, you just take a hammer and whack away pieces of it. It's almost like dealing with ceramics. But over here in Portugal, the concrete and brick walls and stucco and all that, and it gets painted and sealed, so they have very little airflow in here, which is fine. And because of the warmer climate, this type of material sucks heat out of the air and keeps the houses a little bit cooler. And to an extent, that's really good. Except there's not a lot of airflow in the houses, so you will build up moist air, and they have a real mold problem over here because of that, and they haven't really dealt anything with ventilation. They use very little electricity, and they're all proud of that, so the electrical infrastructure has never been improved upon. So you don't have like central air. That never became a thing. You've got the mini splits, like not even window units, but just stuff that they stick to the wall. They run the coolant tubing out through the wall to an outside unit. And that's great, but you don't have any fresh air coming into the house. So it's still very sealed up. And these can work as dehumidifiers, so that's a big thing. But you don't have the air circulation throughout the whole house that you would with a central air unit. And ceiling fans never really became a big thing here either. So you really don't have a lot of airflow. So in places like corners, where did my pencils go? There you go. So in places like corners, if you have a ceiling fan running here, this can help a lot. But for the ceiling fans, they're going to be, let me clear. Come here. A lot of the ceiling fans, when they're on the summer mode, they're blowing down, and it does spread out. But you're not getting, say you have a couch or something against the wall, so all your airflow is not going to go around there. So you're going to get mold and stuff like that. So anyway, somebody joined. I'm going to go hop out. Thanks a lot. Hi.